right, guys, here we are, episode number 12, the Anna Coyote Football Stats Show. I am Phil Morgan.
I'm Blake Grundy, and guess what?
What? Tell me.
I got something to say.
You know what? I feel like I've got plenty to say.
I'm not at a loss for words.
No, me either. You know what I know?
What's that?
We're area champions, baby.
Area champions for the second year in a row. We knocked off the defending state champ, China Spring, 45-21.
Giant slayers.
It was a what?
A slobbernocking.
Slobbernocking. That's your word of the week, brought to you by the Anna Coyotes Stats Show.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's back-to-back years we've knocked off state champs, and we did it in convincing fashion.
Yeah. I mean, no one had it. No one had it. And if they said they did, they were a Coyote fan, and that was it.
Yeah.
Nobody else in the state had us winning this game.
I mean, I didn't have this game at 45-7 going into the last part of the fourth quarter.
Yep.
I didn't have that. I believed we could win. I thought it would be a really hard-fought battle, and don't get me wrong, our boys fought hard, but
they did.
But that was, as you so aptly described it, a slobber knocking.
I don't know where we get these, but we got them.
Dictionary.com, slobber knocking.
So stinking proud.
Oh my goodness! Hey, guess what? It rained again.
Did it matter?
No,
not one bit.
Because we were talking to our guys after last week, and we said that, some of the sentiment was, I hope it doesn't rain again. And I looked at him and I said, you know who hasn't played in a playoff game in the rain now? China Spring. You know who has? You. You know who's won a game in the rain? You. You have the mental edge.
2 games
in the rain.
In the rain.
Rain.
One
or
was
shine.
One was a district game, but they won 2 games in the rain. One against a really close one against Paris.
One in Wilmer Hutchins, and now 3. So now
Hutchins. 3 games, man. They can handle the rain. But hey, you know what? I heard we don't have to worry about the rain this week.
Well, when you go indoors,
you get to move inside
to a bougie, fancy place. We'll talk about that at the end of the show.
Yeah, we will. Until then, let's take care of a little bit of business. You want to tell them what to do?
Let's do it. If you guys will like the video, put a comment on there with the definition of slobbernocking so that we know that you are there and with us.
Yeah, you're paying attention.
Subscribe. And you ready for it? Ding. The train keeps moving.
The train. Both of them right back to back. Nice.
Up front, so you got to do the work to get there. No, do those things. We're celebrating these boys each and every week. It's a 1-week season, and our boys keep extending the season, so we keep celebrating.
Yeah, man. So much fun. They're really doing a great job.
Oh, my goodness. That game was a ton of fun from the stands.
And I will say, lastly, just make sure you share as much as you can.
Yes.
That gets the word out a little bit quicker.
Yes,
but,
please do.
Listen, so much fun to talk about, so we're going to jump right in. We're going to start, and we'll talk about offense.
Well, Mr. Ziandre Williams, not son. They were calling him Williamson, Ziandre, Zoya, whatever they were calling him on some of the broadcasts.
I don't know what was going on.
What I know is that after this game against this team, this quarterback is on the map.
Yeah.
Zy Williams, you had yourself a day.
Woof.
Listen, you're going to get 4 stickers, number 8. They're up on the board. Start looking for your number on there. You were 11 for 21 for 153 yards and 2 passing touchdowns. There's 2 of them. 2 passing touchdowns. But then you were 6 carries for 129 yards and 1 touchdown.
And then?
All of those add up to 3 stickers. But let's talk about how you ran past everybody on the field for a 64-yard jaunt into the end zone. So that is your 4th sticker. My man showed up in a big way. So let's just recap it. You get a sticker for multiple passing touchdowns. You get a sticker for over 100 yards rushing, a sticker for a rushing touchdown, and a sticker for for 1 rush going over 50 yards.
4 stickers. 4.
Will you take the reins so I can catch my breath?
Dude,
when
no,
I'm talking about
I was just gonna let you keep talking. It was so good. I could hear about Zy like that all the time. We've said this every single week. At some point, both parts of Zy's game are going to come together, and when they do,
it's scary.
It's going to make a huge mark on the game. Bro, I mean, almost 300 yards he accounted for.
Yes.
He was just shy of 300 yards of offense just with him.
And our starters sat the last 10 minutes of the game.
Easy.
Offense and defense, pretty much the last 10 minutes of the game, our starters sat. Our ones went to the bench.
Yep.
So the idea is that they did this damage But also, by the way, one drive that was 8 yards, another drive that was like 35 to 40 yards, and they just still did this damage. He did this damage. A couple of ancillary stats: Zai 107.8 QB rating, Zai a 21.5 yard per carry average. Zai Williams, you showed up big time, man.
Yeah,
you put in the work, and like you had. This wasn't his best statistical game of the season.
No, it wasn't.
But Zai, this in my eyes was your best game of the season because it happened when the lights were brightest.
Yeah, most complete.
And you shined bright.
Yeah,
brother.
It really was the culmination. This was exactly what we were talking about last week. I know it's stuff he's being coached up on, and it really did all come together. But 6 for 129 yards of rushing, that's just stupid.
Zai, you took off for that 64-yard run down the sideline, and it was very clear in that moment. They didn't have the horses to run with us. They didn't have the athletes to hang with us. I mean, really, it could have started from that first offensive play when Jacob Emmers took that little bubble screen, and we'll talk about Jacob in a minute. But I could continue to talk about how you balled out. I'm so proud. But guess what? This is the standard now.
Yeah, it is.
He's capable
every week.
He's capable of this every week and more. I'm so proud of him.
Man, way to go, Zai. I'm gonna talk about our boy Chumley, Mr. Edward Chumley.
Hey, come
number
on.
one, baby. Come on, number one. Let's go. Let's
Edward.
go. 3 stickers, my man. You went 40 yards on 9 carries, but you had 3 touchdowns, dude. You broke through. You got it done, kid. Like every time, you weren't gonna be stopped. One hit was never enough. One tackler was never enough.
He's not a one-hit wonder.
No, and if you try to arm tackle Chumley, bro, like not smart. Just he's just gonna shuck it. He's just gonna.
No, you know what?
Off it goes.
Go ahead.
Off it goes.
Arm tackle Chumley.
Sick.
To our opposing teams, arm tackle
please,
Chumley.
Please arm tackle number
I'm
one.
not ignoring you.
I know you're not.
Just moving on.
I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling lonely.
Hey,
No.
a third of his carries go for touchdowns.
What?
We couldn't have a 50% efficiency at least.
I would like that to continue next week.
Sure.
Can you please have a 33% touchdown to carry ratio?
Listen, we were messing with Chumley after the game a little bit this weekend, at service and having some fun with that. But what an incredible day!
Yeah, a great day for that kid, and it's good to see him healthy and running strong. And I mean, like I say, it's just this is just another guy coming to play at the right time. Everything's kind of working out just right. So, when you're peaking, I almost got to say, you got to work harder in the peak.
Because you have to maintain it.
Because you've got to keep that focus. You just got to keep driving. You got to keep moving with that mentality. You have a purpose. It's a win or go home every single time.
It's all about the climb.
You can't. Oh,
it's not about how fast you get there.
I am not putting that in our video because we'll get dinged for a copyright issue.
It's about what's waiting for you on the other side.
Would you stop? No one will listen to our show if you keep that up. Oh gosh. So let's move it. Let's talk about something that's actually interesting.
Hey,
come on.
Jabari Finney.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna let me recap him coming onto the scenes last year as a return specialist.
Oh yeah,
dynamic in the return game. That evolved into him becoming really a solid DB for us this season. Showing up, he had that spectacular interception that you put a video in a few weeks back.
Yep.
He had that spectacular interception, and now it's rounded into him becoming an offensive weapon and an offensive threat for us. Jabari Finney, you had 2 catches on the day for 10 yards. It's like the yardage doesn't seem like a lot, but what mattered is you took that one. It was a kind of a deep slant crossing route into the end zone for a touchdown. It was a big play.
Listen, and every one of them was necessary. My wife is so funny, man. She was cutthroat on Friday night.
We need to beat the pants off of them.
We need.
I go, Kim. At what point have we beat the pants off? It's 45-7. How much more do we need to do? 60.
Yeah, I'll tell you. My wife wanted you to hang 60 on him. I'm just telling you, like
she was getting greedy.
Yeah, she was. She's from Abilene.
But rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so. She's from Abilene, and she grew up with some pretty strong Friday night lights. So
yes,
I know Coach Parr knows about that West Texas football.
Oh yeah.
She grew up with that, so she was hungry. She wanted to see more points on the board.
It was so funny.
You guys didn't disappoint us.
No,
not in the least.
So Jabari got his touchdown, but he wasn't the only receiver showing
Jabari,
up.
You're up there, my man. We got you. Number 11, Jacob Emmers. There wasn't a single human on the planet I felt like could tackle that kid. Not one dude could tackle him. 6 for 93 and a touchdown. 6 for 93. You can do the math. You can work the averages. 15.5 yards per reception.
I'm gonna let Max Preps do the average for me. I'm just gonna look at it.
You're not gonna do the math.
No.
Jacob, again, it's another. Several guys after this game, I kept finding myself saying, "I think you're playing the best football of the year right now.
It's a great sentence to be saying in the playoffs.
Right. And Jacob had one of those games where it just left me going, Jacob, that was one of your best games of the year. You're playing some of your best football. You fought. You willed yourself to the extra yard. You fought for every single yard. Everything counts. And going forward, just keep that mentality. Don't slip. Don't let your mind get weak. You guys don't let yourself get back into in any kind of a bad habit where you think you can take off. There's no taking off, man. It's a 4-quarter game, and you guys did it. They did it.
Yes.
Friday they did 4 full quarters of football.
They did. And I mentioned it, that first little outside little bubble screen type of deal to Emmers, and he catches that ball and spins out of the first tackle and rumbles down for 15 or so yards, and it set the tone for our offense, and that's what we need is we need our playmakers, and Jacob Emmers is chief among them to continue to set that tone, and so we're so proud of that. But we got some team stickers to hand out, don't we?
Yeah, man, get it.
Look. We gained the edge
because
we won the turnover battle. We had 2 more turnovers that we forced than what we gave up. And I'm not going to spoil too much, but we gained the edge, which is a big deal. Look, China Spring is a championship-level team. They'd won back-to-back state titles before this. There's nothing I want to say should take away from China Spring because they're a good football team, but we were phenomenal on Friday night. And we gained the edge, and that was part of it. So, guys, you gained the edge, and the reason you gained the edge is because our offense did what?
They protected the rock. There was a 0-turnover game, man. And that was we just haven't had a lot of chance to give that sticker.
No.
We've given it a couple times, and I will tell you, rolling into this game, it was locker room material is what it was. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to get the words out right, but it was just locker room material. Every single guy I watch, I follow, I'm listening to China Spring by 2, China Spring by 7. One guy China Spring by 10. No, only one guy on X had us winning, and he had us winning by, I think, a touchdown, by 7. One guy out of all of these people, and I wish I could give you credit, my guy. I don't know who you were. I don't know who you are, but
I mean, we did win by 7 the first quarter.
In the first quarter. And we never stopped. Guys, when you protect the ball like you did, I think we still had a couple undisciplined penalties. Whether they're warranted or not, we can always have that argument. He's a ref.
I was in rare form on Friday night, though.
But you were in. Listen,
look, I'll also be fair. I am apologetic of referees to a point.
Yeah.
But when I see something, I'm also willing to call it out. And if you were around me in the stands, you heard me call some things out on Friday.
And I think it was clear pretty early on that they had decided before the game these kids were going to play, and they were going to try not to interject themselves much into the game.
Yeah.
But when you choose not to interject yourselves much into the game, where's the line?
Yeah, there was some line there, but you know what? We don't even have to worry about that because our boys didn't leave anything to chance by anybody else.
That's so good.
They just kept going.
When you play like that, and I think we both said this after the game on the field, if you'll play like that, you'll go toe-to-toe and beat anybody in the state. But you got to play all 4 quarters, disciplined ball, protect the rock, keep the edge. You got to play this kind of game.
Yes.
From this point on, this is the mentality. What you did last week has got to be your mentality every week. And that's the grind of Texas high school football. You're making a run for state championship.
That is the grind. But playing like that, also, if you start stringing weeks like that together, it strikes fear into the heart of the opponents that are to come the following weeks.
Yep.
So continue to string them together.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I need a break to hear from our sponsors so I can catch my breath. Let's hear from their sponsors and talk about defense.
First of all, just in general, the defense.
The defense in general was phenomenal.
Swarming.
Suffocating.
Absolutely destructive. In almost every aspect of the game, defense was interrupting everything that China Spring brought to the table.
Annihilation.
Oh, bro. I mean, you got another one? One more?
Deflating.
Hey, good. A human thesaurus right here.
I mean, it's just, I watched as the game went on and our ones were in the game.
Yeah.
China Spring lost the will to fight. And you could see it happening, hit after hit, snap after snap, big play after big play.
Yeah.
We took their mojo away from them. Point blank period. Like there's nothing else.
They lost their mojo.
They did. They did. They lost their mojo. They came in, and you could see it in pregame warmups. Just the swagger they had on the field. We're the champions. We're going to do this. By the end of the first quarter, by the end of the first half, the middle of the third quarter, you could just see it.
Yeah, I really felt like at the half, it was the mood had dramatically changed. First quarter, it was 14-7 at the end of the first quarter, and I think they felt like we're in this, we're not too far behind.
And then we went and scored.
And then we did 14 more points in the second quarter, right? And it was 28-7 going into the half. And I think going into the half, that took the wind right out of their sails, man.
Well, and you could. I mean, their quarterback, Cash McCollum, is. I mean, he's a very talented quarterback.
Oh, for sure.
There's nothing
we won't
taken
disparage
away
any
from him.
kids, man. I mean,
No.
they went out and did their very best, and that just comes up short. And somebody has to come up short.
The will to win and the will to battle was won by our guys.
The Coyotes did,
and it started with this young man.
Oh, hit it,
Grant Cerveny.
Yes, sir.
Number 3 is getting 4 stickers. Only had to play half the game because this one was in hand.
He played half a game.
Half a game. Listen to his stat line: 6 tackles, a tackle for a loss, a sack, 2 pass breakups. Grant Cerveny, number 3. You were on the board with 4 stickers. We see you, brother. The human torpedo, javelin, missile, destruction, Mr. Walking Blue Tent, whatever.
Is an absolute Mr. Walking Blue Tent.
He sends people to the medical tent. He does. He sends people to the medical tent.
I love his grit. You know, I love the kid's grit. It doesn't matter what's going to happen to him in a game. He's going to find a way to get stuff done. He did that in this game because it meant that much to him.
Individually, one of the toughest players on the team,
without a doubt, dude. The stuff he has battled through this year and overcome. I mean, it's seen.
Yes.
It's seen. Grant. There, maybe not everybody, but those that are watching.
We recognize it.
Man, we see that.
100%.
Keep it up, kid. Keep it up. Keep grinding. Keep pushing. Keep driving.
Mm-hmm.
You just change the mood around you. He does. He just changes it around him. So
he sets tones.
4 stickers for that kid.
4.
Crazy. Well, he's not alone. We got several guys on defense. I'm going to talk about Grayson Stewart. Man, Grayson.
Hang on. The man.
The myth.
The legend.
Yeah, it's our boy, number 7, right there. 9 tackles, a tackle for loss. He was everywhere.
Yeah,
There's a great picture. Danny catches the best pictures. Danny McFadden, shout out, my brother. We love your work, brother. And I'll probably put this picture up. There's a picture where it looks like he is just chilling. He's kicking back on the bench. He's got a Gatorade bottle just hydrating, and he looks like he is the most chill on the planet.
Was this when it was 45-7,
I don't know
35-7, 42-28,
I honestly,
21-7?
I don't know if it was after the game and he's just soaking up the wind.
You like how I just went through our total leads right
I
there?
don't know. I don't know where it was. Hey, Grayson, great game again. You just continue to elevate. You got 2 stickers on the board, and I know we're not done talking about you in the weeks to come.
No, we're not.
There's so much good.
I mean, he also had, 5 carries? He had a catch. Was it 4 or 5 carries? It was a catch. It was. I think
he had 5 carries on the day.
He's our long snapper. He's
so many guys. By the way, this is an appropriate place to talk about this.
Yeah.
So many guys playing both sides of the ball, and you
Yes.
never know when they're going to play both sides of the ball. That's what's fun.
The willingness and the desire to win. Emmers and Steens and some of our receivers coming to secondary on big passing downs.
Bro,
and
can I just say it?
Say it.
I saw Peyton Miller roll out.
Lane White,
for sure.
Lane White was there.
Who was
both
those guys rolling out.
Was it Marcos was out there too? 66, I think it was.
I think they were trying to. It was like
it was a
third and goal.
It was a fourth and 1.
4th and 1. Yeah, down in the red zone.
Right at midfield.
Was it?
Right at
Are
midfield.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay, fine.
Maybe like the 40-yard line.
I'm trying to make it more dramatic than it was.
But it was big. But it was a big play.
It was big. And I see these guys rolling out, and I'm thinking to myself, I love this mentality. I love seeing that grit out of these kids. I love seeing them willing to do whatever the
100%.
coach has put in front of them. So, Grayson, that's you, my man. Number 7, two on the board for you. 2 on the board.
I'm going to talk about the hammer.
Get it?
Brandon Green Jr., number 9. He's going to get 1 stickle on the night.
Can't touch this.
7
Yeah,
tackles.
I went there.
7 tackles, a tackle for a loss.
Yep.
The man, but BJ, you set the tone early. You had that first hit, that first stick of the game that told everybody, the Coyotes are here. We're here to hit you hard, and we're here to play physical football.
Yep.
And if you're not ready, get off of the field.
Or
by
you're
the
going
way,
to get hit.
By the way, and he's going to hit hard, but also the man is he is so kind and so respectful.
Good dude.
I was talking to him after the game. It just so respectful. Like I can't speak highly enough of the character of these kids, but
so many.
But
of them.
BJ, you were an absolute monster on the field, and you set the tone from the jump.
Yep.
I see you, brother. You're
Nice
on the board.
Got a sticker on the board. This guy gets 3 stickers. Number 15, Jamison Adams. Yes, sir. 9 tackles, a tackle for loss, and what he does every game, I guess, from now on, an interception. Like, when was the last time we had a game that Jamison didn't get an interception? I don't remember it. That's just how crazy this guy has been.
A year and a half ago? I don't know. I really don't.
This game was funny. That ball felt like it was in the air for 2 years.
Yep.
And I'm like, would it come down already? Jamison's been waiting for like 27 minutes on this ball to fall so he can take it and get the interception. And finally it gets down, but he was there and he scooped it up and tried to make the most out of that return. And another great game.
Like a center fielder out there, man.
Punting. Like, this kid is doing everything.
By the way, you couldn't get one more yard on your punt.
Yeah, dude, 1 more yard on your punt, it was a sticker.
49 yards.
49
Threshold's 50.
Threshold's 50. But, man, that was incredible, though.
He played huge.
And it was at a good
again.
time, too.
Set a tone. He was second. Yep. He was tied for second on our team in tackles.
Had an incredible game.
Just a safety tied for second. It's just what these guys do is incredible. Hey.
Oh.
Mr. 1,000-watt.
Bro.
Nathan Nickerson getting 2 stickers. You had 5 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and the man was everywhere.
Oh, dude.
He was part of the crew that was hurrying Cash all night long. He was relentless after the quarterback, relentless in shedding blocks, making them have to shade the line, the running back over to his side, making them have to roll coverage to his side. The things that Nathan does go beyond tackles, and they show up in effort. They show up in his love for his team, his love for this game, his love for this town. Like, Nathan is amazing, and he played so well.
He is the quintessential team player.
Yes.
He's the guy. Like, he's the guy, bro. There's no one in the world that's going to look at Nathan and go, I can't stand that kid. Not a chance. He is just such a high-caliber kid, and his play backs it up. Backs it up 100%. Nathan, you know we're big fans. 100%.
Yes.
There's no hiding it. All you guys, we love you so much. Nathan, what you did this week gets you 2 stickers.
Yeah, it does.
And I know that's nothing compared to the gold ball, but man, it's us being able to see the kind of human you are, and it's so fun.
I wish I could hear the center on the opposing lines communicate where the coverage is going to roll to whenever they see where Nathan lines up. Like, you just got to imagine it's just rolling coverage to 23.
He when he lines up on the edge, he gets down in his stance, and he's ready. It is actually a little scary. Like, looking at him ready to come off the line, like he's
a coiled snake.
He is an intimidator, man. He is intimidating. There is no getting
and
around
yet we
it.
call him 1,000-watt because the dude just has a gregarious smile. Gregarious. Your next word of the week.
Gosh, stop, man. That's graphics I got to put up when you do that kind of stuff.
My bad.
Let's roll into the next dude. Nathan, great job, kid. Great job. Cash Williams. Money. Cash Money Williams right there. Quadzilla. We love him. Number 25. You get a sticker, my man. You were I think, tied for second?
Yes.
Tied for second
we
in
had
tackles.
3 guys tied for second.
9 tackles on the night, and yet, while the tackles were amazing, and that's what you get your sticker for, I want to talk about some
cash on cash action.
Some cash on cash action.
My money is on our cash.
My money is always on Cash Money Williams.
Cash Money.
All the time. There was some afterplay chippiness, and I get it. Emotions are riding high. The game's out of hand, right? And somebody took a shot at my guy.
I'm going to call him Cash McCollum.
Yeah.
Gave a little forearm shiver into his shoulder.
Tries to throw a little forearm, try to say something.
That was a poor business decision.
That's not smart. You may think that Cash is in and he's some kind of chump, but he ain't no chump.
No.
Cash will make his presence known. And can we talk about it, Cash?
Listen, if you didn't
next hit, bro.
If you didn't see the play, they're running a read option. Cash McCollum hands the ball off to the running back, and our Cash kind of comes around the line, sees the play is dying. He's getting tackled, and so he slows up and stops, and their Cash gives him a little shiver into the shoulder, and our Cash Williams, looks at him. We doing this?
We gonna do this?
He did it. We doing it.
He did it.
So they ran the same play.
That was, by the way, not smart.
No, handed off to the running back again. That was smart. And here comes our Cash around the edge, knocking McCollum 3 yards back off his stance.
He hit him, dude. Hit him.
By
so
the way,
hard.
our Cash Williams squats over 500 pounds. I don't know that was wise to do. He walks down the street with motorcycles on his back for fun. What makes you think he's not going to knock you 3 to 5 yards back off your position?
It was such a fun game, and Cash, you come in and you add to that fun.
I was laughing in the stands.
It's just so good to see the competitiveness, to see the hunger.
And by the way, it was not a dirty. What
No,
our Cash did was not dirty.
No,
it was
clean.
within the confines of play. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, no, it was.
But
clean.
it was just funny because you saw what was going to happen, and you saw Cash's eyes say, "If you do that again, this is what will happen." And he tried to do it again.
Yep, and he did it.
And that's what happened.
Oh, all right.
Moral of the
Dude,
story.
Dude, this is our number one sticker getter for the week, isn't it? You get to talk about our number one sticker getter?
Number 32. Caleb Brown. I went up to this kid after the game, and I said, Caleb, that was your best game of the season.
Without question.
6 stickers. Can we talk about that for a minute?
Let's
6 stickers. They decided that they were going to try and run these little bubble screens and take advantage or try to take advantage of our DBs, of our corners. And Caleb said, no. I've been in a boxing ring of sorts. And you're not going to come and get me.
Nope.
6 tackles. 3 tackles for a loss.
Bro.
3 pass breakups. Fighting through holding all night long. Laundry should have been on the field a couple of times. But it didn't matter to Caleb. He said, I'm going to continue to battle, and you did that. You balled out.
They just kept throwing his way, and I just kept hearing, click. He had it locked down, baby. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, that also set the tone. The fact that our DBs would not get punked on the outside.
No.
They would not. And I'm just bluntly saying it. That was where China Spring clearly thought they could take advantage of us.
Yeah.
And him and Jaden did not let that happen.
Mm-mm.
Incredible game, Caleb. I am phenomenally proud of you.
I feel like they tested Caleb. They didn't really test Jaden that much at all.
They tried a couple of times, but they went to They tried to go to Caleb's side early and often, and
Yeah.
Caleb showed up every time, ready for the battle.
You did, and that was really cool. But yeah, that's 6 stickers, bro.
That's incredible.
That's a big night.
Caleb.
That's a big
great
night,
job.
kid. Big
Keep
night.
balling.
And here we go. CJ Miller, number
The
35.
dude.
The dude. We need to start that chant where it sounds like you're booing, but you're saying dude. Okay. I can't believe we just did that.
I
CJ, number 35, 4 stickers for you. Led the team with 13 tackles, which was just brutal, right? 2 tackles for loss, a sack on the day, and the sack was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, so good all around. Another incredible day. High motor, good drive, great vision, closes distances. Like, the kid is just consistent week in and week out. Double-digit tackles. We're talking 13, 16, 17 one game. I mean, dude's just a tackle machine.
148 on the season, number 23 in Texas.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. That's the CJ train.
You see CJ get
Running
off of the
people
bus,
over.
decide to run away.
God, he's so good. Such a good game overall. All right, sorry, I keep going. We got so many to get through. You better go to the next one, or else this is going to be a 72-minute podcast.
Anybody mad about a 72-minute podcast where we're celebrating the boys? If so, come talk to me.
Yeah, come
and
tell
I'll
us.
change your mind
Come holler at you. Boy.
over the course of 72 minutes. Hey, Abram Greer, Sir blocks a lot.
Sir blocks a lot.
The man showed up big once again. He's going to get 3 stickers on the day. Abram, you had 7 tackles. You had 2 tackles for a loss, and you had that giant fumble recovery where they tried to run a little option play, and they got nervous because they saw 42 coming, and so the running back kind of bobbled the ball. The quarterback tried to pitch it to him, and Abram said, "No,
Swink.
that's my football."
He said, "Swink."
That belongs to me. That's no longer your ball. I'm taking your ball, and I'm going home.
And I'm going home. That's right.
And then we went and scored.
We did that a lot. We did that a lot this week.
I'm going to do a smile.
It's so good.
Abram Greer, this is another high character guy.
3 stickers, kid.
This is the 4 horsemen every week doing what they need to do, being surrounded by the death squad, doing what they need to do. Our defense is playing at the highest level they've played all year. I have no qualms in saying that. Our defense is playing at the highest level, and you hear it. You see it in their eyes, the way they walk, the way they talk.
It's so good.
It's so fun.
It is. And listen, last guy from our defense that we're gonna shout out individually is
Come on now.
Alex Martinez, number 99. I've been saying his name for the last 4 or 5 weeks consistently. He has stepped up his game. He's going to go on the board with 5 tackles and a tackle for loss. So you're going to get a sticker on the board with number 99 on it. I didn't. Where did we put that one?
It's over here.
Right over there. I see you
behind me.
I see you. I see you right there. I see you in more ways. It was such a joy to be able to catch you on the field after the game. You can feel it. Like, I can see the confidence in your game. Like, you can feel the confidence coming out of you right now.
Well-earned confidence.
You have really stepped up this last half of the season. It is so fun to watch. Number 99 deserves another sticker on that board for your game, man. Great job. Overall, defense was something to talk about.
But we're not done with them.
No. There's something to talk about.
Hey,
what do we get to give them?
You know what was happening in the China Spring locker room after the game?
Tell me.
Epsom salts and ice baths.
That's right, baby, because they was hurting.
Well, they was hurting. 101 total team tackles.
14 tackles for loss.
101. 14 tackles for loss.
Yep.
2 sacks.
And 2 hurries.
No, 7 hurries.
What?
7.
Oh, see, now in our pregame,
I said 7.
I got bad intel.
I said 7.
In our pre-video meeting, I thought it said 2. 5 pass breakups though.
Yes, sir.
I mean, overall, just an incredible game. Sends these boys looking for some relief.
I mean, Caden Banks had two hurries on it by himself.
Did he really?
Shout out Caden Banks, number 94.
Way to go, 94.
You know what? I'm gonna say the names of the hurries just because this is
Do
the
it.
sticker that
We
we
can
do.
do
But
it.
let's just say it. I'm looking at my iPad. Grayson Stewart,
Yes, sir.
Nathan Nickerson,
Mm-hmm.
Cash Williams,
Oh yeah.
C.J. Miller. You didn't hurry. You sacked him.
Yeah.
Abram Greer.
Yep.
Willie Boyd, number 90.
Number 90, Willie.
Caden Banks. Those were our 7 hurries.
Incredible. 7 hurries. That's great, man. Incredible day. These guys are going to feel that.
So good.
They're going to feel that. And when you end up with the L at the end, those bruises, that soreness lasts that much longer. You know? And I mean, this was listen, history was last year, right? We talked about history last year so much, but this was history. This is the first loss in the playoffs in how long? Like, it was a big deal.
They had a 13-game playoff winning streak going into this.
That's a big deal. And these Coyotes showed up and did that. They did that.
Definitively.
Defiantly. With a massive exclamation point. Done. Finished. So let's get closer to our finish. Let's roll into special teams. All right, here we go. Special teams.
We're here.
Here again. And we're going to say the same thing we say all the time. Camden Schlicht, number 85.
Come on now.
Comes through, does his job with 100% accuracy. 100%. He got a 31-yard field goal.
Yeah, he did.
And he was 6 for 6.
By the way, the
PATs.
31-yard field goal made it 45-7.
Late in the fourth. Yep. 6 for 6 on PATs. Again, Camden, I mean, it seems pretty simple. You got to line up. Somebody gets you the ball. They place the ball, and you kick it.
That was simple?
No, and that's the thing. It seems simple from the outside looking. Everybody thinks, "Oh, that's no problem," but it's an absolute ballet.
There's a lot that happens
of
on
movement,
it, right?
and it's got to be perfect. It's got to be precise, and it's got to be done in rhythm. And I mean, these last few weeks, you've been doing it consistently, kid. From the soccer field to the football field, the dude is making some noise. Number 85, Camden Schlicht. You get 2 stickers. It's on the helmet. It's on the helmet.
It is on the helmet. Sorry, I got caught up looking at the live recap of the game, and someone put down field conditions dry.
What?
LOL. OLOLOL.
Dry. I don't know what game you were at.
Weather conditions foggy.
That's true. That's true.
Sorry, I'm having so much fun reliving this game because our men showed up huge, but we got another big one coming up Friday.
Big. And you know what? The rain ain't gonna matter again.
It won't matter because where are we at?
But for a different reason.
Where are we at?
We're at the Ford Center in the Star, baby.
Ford Center in the Star
Yes,
complex.
7:30. We got a 7:30 kickoff. We're going to be facing the Frisco Panther Creek team.
Yes,
they're rolling in on some wins. They're ready. They're hungry. So our guys got to keep that focus.
Yeah.
They got to keep drive. They got to keep thinking 4 quarters of football.
100%.
And if they do, you know what?
What's that?
They can't be beat.
Honestly, I really believe that if our team plays like this every week, It's going to take a monster effort from another team to beat us. We have the players all over the field. It's just a matter of being focused, being driven, and dedicated to do your job.
Yep.
And so here's what I know. While we're tucking into our Thanksgiving dinners, while we're thinking about the pie or the food, I know what these young men will be thinking about. Beating Panther Creek.
Yep. That's what you got to be thinking about.
Beating Panther Creek.
The best thing in the world is be playing football during Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That is a great thing, man.
It is.
It is a great thing.
Men, we will be behind you. Here's what we need. Here's what we need Anna to do. It's not an hour 45. It's not 2 hours. There's not 2.5, depending on traffic. It is a 30 to 40-minute drive.
There's just no excuse. You got to come out.
Come out.
You got to be out.
Be loud.
Yeah, man.
We are our own noisemakers for this one.
The Ford Center holds 12,000, and I'm pretty sure it's evenly split. Pretty much 6 and 6.
So let's bring 8.
Let's bring 8, and let's pack it out, and let's be loud. Let's make it a home field game.
It makes a difference. We watched some of the clips and watched some of the broadcast back, and you could hear us last week on the broadcast. And their microphones and cameras were on the other side of the stadium from us.
Yep.
We were loud. We need to be louder because there's no noisemakers for this one.
Yep.
It's our voices and our hands and our feet and whatever else we can muster up.
Better be ready to rock.
Come and be loud.
Yep.
Let's cause a delay game penalty.
Let's do it. So, like always, man, this has been fun. This run's been good, and we're not done. We're still rolling, baby.
Choo-choo.
You want me to throw that into the last second? All right, guys, we'll look forward to seeing you out at the game, 7:30 this Friday at the Ford Center in the Star. Coyotes on 3. You ready? You count it out.
1, 2, 3.
Go Coyotes!